Alright, we're back.
Yes, we're back again. Okay. This is gonna be stupid. Okay, so this is Asuka Kusa, and yes, that is a palindrome. It was... Okay, let me tell the story of how I fucking got this kid's name. Okay, so, like, this is gonna end in a really funny note. So hold your horses. Okay,
Hold your giraffes.
Hold your giraffes. I really wanted a Girafarig character, and I wanted the Girafarig's tail to talk. That was the concept. That was what I wanted to do with a fucking Girafarig. And I'm, like, poring over its, like Pokedex entries, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, oh, the tail doesn't eat, it doesn't sleep, it doesn't do this, doesn't do that, it doesn't do anything. I'm like, but I want it to talk. Kevin, I want it to talk. And you're like,
I'm sorry.
And you're like, you could just do that, babe. Like, I don't give a shit. And I'm like, okay. So then I'm like, well, his name has to be a palindrome. And I've seen a lot of really lazy Girafarigs where it's like, it's just like a name, and then it's like
the name backwards.
Yeah, or like they didn't even try, and it's just a different last name, or like only the first name's a palindrome, and it looks stupid. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make a fucking palindrome in Japanese. You know how fucking hard that is?
It's because it's technically impossible.
Yes, because how palindromes work in Japanese, and I'll talk about that in a second. How it does work is that like you read the kanji one way and then the other way.
Yeah,
that's how it works. But with Asuka's name, I somehow got it to read that way in English, which was what I wanted.
Oh, okay. So it actually works both ways?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I didn't
That's really cool. Yeah, it reads correctly both ways. Oh, that's cool. That's really neat. So what I did was I didn't work at the unemployment place. I worked at the veteran office, if you even remembered that, if I even told you. I had like the really dickhole boss. He wasn't around a lot, so, like, what I did was I spent, like, 2 days, like, in a notebook, and I was writing different things, writing different names, writing, and, like, it looked like the scribblings of an insane person. Like, I'm trying to, and with no context, I'm writing all of these names, and I'm writing all this shit down, and I finally figured out his first name, and then I was like, okay, now I gotta do this again for the motherfucking tail, because the tail's gotta have his own name. Because he can't have the same last name, because then he would need to have the same first. Like, I can't do that. Yeah. So like, I figured it out. This tail's name is Suzuki Kizusu, which doesn't work in English, but works in Japanese because of the way you read the kanji.
Yeah.
Or the kana, excuse me.
Yeah.
I knew
what you meant.
You know what I mean. Before people.
I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, no, the kana, the symbols.
Oh my god, Caitlin,
yeah, you know what
that's
I meant.
not how it.
You know what I meant.
No, I won't.
So, the only reason I bring up the name story is because I left that job very suddenly because, like, I couldn't work there anymore because basically an outside company was funding my pay because, like, the program was always, like, on the verge of, like, collapsing, basically. Like, it had no funding.
Good.
And the money for my internship, like, really suddenly ran out, and I forgot to empty out my desk. So there is 110% chance that Rodney, my old boss, looked through that fucking desk and found those notes. And he probably thinks I'm an insane person now.
Good.
Yes. So that's the ending of that story, is that I forgot that fucking notebook.
Excellent.
But anyway, here's Asuka. He's a Girafarig, and he's 16, and his ability is Sap Sipper. He's gentle and alert to sounds. His moveset is Psychic, Mirror Coat, Hyper Voice, Crunch, and Zen Headbutt, and he's in Suicune House. I forgot to mention that Aiden was in Entei, but that was obvious.
Yes.
Asuka's 5'7".
Everybody who likes fighting and don't got a brain gotta go to Entei.
Yeah, basically. His birthday is July 1st, and his blood type is A. Again, I'm gonna skip over the classes because it's probably wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Asu, as his nickname is, because I can't have, even though nicknames don't exist in Japanese, I like to have characters with nicknames. See Kuro. With Asu, he's, like, really low-key as a person. Like, he could theoretically walk into a room and you wouldn't notice him. Like, he doesn't like drawing attention to himself, and he doesn't like attention. He basically, like, he won't talk unless you talk to him kind of person. He's not particularly, like, studious or anything. I don't imagine he's, like, particularly smart, but, like, he's just kind of a person that exists, is the best way that I can put it.
Yes.
But, you know, it's hard to be low-key when your tail talks. And, as it says in the bio, that's not normal.
No.
At all. That shouldn't happen. So Suzuki, the tail, he's a menace because he doesn't shut up, and he like says very short sentences that are like things that it's basically like what's the name of that Jim Carrey movie where like he can't tell a lie? It's sort of like that, where it's like he just blurts out what he's thinking at like every second. I don't remember what that movie is called.
I think I know, but I don't want to say something and then sound stupid. So
yeah, same. I think I know what it's called, but I'm not sure. It's sort of like that, where it's like
it's Yes Man.
It's Yes Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie. If you've ever seen that movie, by the way, see that movie. It's funny.
I've never actually seen that movie.
It's really good. It's really funny.
This is our trademark. We get off topic for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Section.
But no, it's sort of like that, where it's like Asu like can't keep anything to himself, like because Suzuki will just like screech it. Like he kind of has like this like
yes,
very shrill kind of, not very shrill, but like you can tell it's something yapping at you. Like it freaks people out because the volume.
It's very
difference.
Sudden and very.
It's
loud.
very sudden and very loud. So Suzuki's kind of mischievous in that way. I don't know. It's kind of hard because like he doesn't really have. He's not really supposed to have a brain or even like a frontal lobe or anything. So it's really hard to assign him a personality, because he's not really supposed to have one, but he kind of does.
I don't know if you stuck with what I suggested or not.
I think I am, yeah.
Okay. Because then there is an explanation for how this works.
Yeah, there is an explanation for how this works. Because I was having a lot of trouble trying to figure it out, and Kevin was like, well, what about this? And I'm like, oh, that works. So yeah, no, there is kind of a reason for it, but basically he is an anomaly. Yeah. That's all you need to know. That's all I'm willing to divulge at this point, is that it shouldn't work like this, but it does. And the only way that Asu can get Suzuki to shut up is by feeding him. Because otherwise Suzuki will be perched on his shoulder, and I know that, like, it shouldn't be able to do that, but, like...
It's usually not long enough.
Yeah, so I'm like, the tail can stretch itself, fuck it. It can just do that shit.
I mean, I don't think it's, like, weird to have it be that long, because we have characters, like, that have tails that are about that length.
Yeah, no, and, like, it's not like Girafarig's tail is, like, entirely against its ass either.
We took some creative liberties.
Yeah, it's like, well, I wanted Suzuki to be like front and center, so he's usually like actually perched on Suzuki's shoulder, but for the purposes of the picture, he's kind of holding him. Like, it's cute.
Because I didn't want to like cover him up any.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so they're both very easy to see. Yeah. So no, like, just for the purposes of the picture, that's why I look. But normally that's where he is. And he's just kind of he's very mischievous. He's kind of an asshole. He basically like, let's just say that Asu sees, like, this really hot chick. He won't say hi or anything, but Suzuki will be like, oh, Asu thinks you're hot, or something like that, or the tail will hit on her.
Yes.
Sometimes he'll do that, and that's awkward. So people will be like, what the fuck did you just say to me? He's like, I didn't say anything. It's my fucking tail. It's like, but your tails can't do that. And then the tail keeps yapping, and they're like, what the fuck? So it's kind of like... Yeah. Totally weird, and nobody knows why this is going on, and he doesn't even know why it's going on.
He just has a tail-mounted gremlin.
Yes, basically. Like, if you want, like, the best kind of comparison. And then, very quickly, where is the...
Hold on. I need to open the folder.
Oh, you need to open the folder. Oh, yeah.
With the parents?
Uh-huh. So he lives with a single mother. She's a grumpig. I was gonna make his mom a Girafarig, but I'm like, but I feel like she would more understand what's going on with her son. So I made her the different species. Yeah. So basically her thing is that, like, she's, like, kind of the overworked mom, but, like, she's extremely concerned. She's widowed, so there's no, like, father figure in Asu's life, and she feels like that has something to do with it, but she's not sure. And, like, she doesn't know how to help because...
Turns out his dad is haunting his tail.
Okay, we're gonna have to get Carver to do an exorcism.
On the tail specifically.
On the tail specifically. But that's kind of that. So it's like she's really concerned, but she doesn't quite know what to do, and it's just kind of awkward. Because Suzuki is ruining Asu's social life, not that he even had one to begin with.
Oops.
So that's about it. Do you have anything to say or anything to add?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Again, whenever it's your characters, like, you usually sum them up pretty well.
Yeah.
I don't have anything, at least with this one, I don't have anything to add.
Yeah. I like his design. He came out nice.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yes.
All right. So you're done for this one?
Yes, I'm done for this one.
All right. Then we will be back for one of mine, I think.
Yes.
All right.